PPW, get ready to get pile-driven.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to PPW Justice, Piledriver Pro Wrestling, the highest flying, hardest hitting wrestling circuit on the West Coast, alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. John Law Hastings, JLH. I'm good old Double R, Rick Rodham. And we got another great match for you right now, JLH. The hometown favorite from Fresno, the Tapout Kid in the ring.
Unbelievably talented little guy there. He's got a lot of heart and a lot of spunk. But, Rodham, coming out from Burbank, California, is a guy who has nothing but unbelievably great fashion sense and the ability to bid $1 and always win. Here comes Plinko.
Johnny Plinko from Burbank, California, step in the ring. He will have some of the most flamboyant ring attire you have ever seen when he steps through the drapes of the PPW as he come out. And you can see why the crowd loves him so much. Even the little old ladies get up and dance.
Look at that. Look at that hat. Now that is the stuff made for wearing, Rodham. That should have been worn at the royal wedding a couple of weeks ago.
It looks like something that you would see in a royal wedding, that's for sure. Now a lot's on the line here, JLH. Up for grabs tonight at PPW Justice. One of these competitors, Johnny Plinko or the Tapout Kid, will get to fight for the Golden State title June 4th at Fallout.
Unbelievably high stakes taking place here tonight, Rick, and I got to tell you, Johnny Plinko has been preparing. He's been climbing the Swiss Alps. He's been rolling the big wheel, and he's ready. He is ready to win the big showcase right here tonight in Fresno at the PPW Fallout event.
Of course, Tapout Kid hoping the price is wrong for Johnny Plinko tonight. And what do you think of those lime green tights worn by Johnny Plinko?
I'm going to tell you, it looks to me like he raided Rod Roddy's closet, Rick.
Of course, Tapout Kid from the mean streets of Fresno, and he looks like he's been through a brawl or two in his day, JLH.
You know, I've walked down some of those mean streets, and I'm going to tell you, this guy's been through some mean streets.
He is no doubt a scrapper, a brawler, a tough street kid. Grew up, you know, in a tough neighborhood.
And he actually works at the toughest taqueria in Fresno in his spare time.
Of course, he's fighting in front of the hometown crowd tonight. And this is, they say, JLH, that styles make fights. And we've got kind of a high flyer, Johnny Plinko, a very flamboyant wrestler, going up against the Grinder, a guy named Tapout Kid, known for submission maneuvers. He wants to make it a war. He wants to make it a grudge match. And then he wants to get you down on the mat and make you tap out.
Well, anybody worth their salt against a ground and pound type guy like a Tapout Kid is going to keep this thing as far from the middle of the ring as possible. You got to stay near those ropes. You got to come off those top ropes, and you got to hit this guy with some high impact stuff early on to make him know who's boss.
Of course, these two both fan favorites. Johnny Plinko, so dramatic, so flamboyant, loves the crowd, gets them involved, and then Tapout Kid, of course, wrestling in front of the hometown crowd.
Yeah, I got to tell you something though, Rodham. Plinko has shown me quite a few times that he can get dirty with the best of them.
Well, of course, Tapout Kid, coming from those mean streets of Fresno, sure knows a thing or two about, again, turning it into a street fight. That's what he's trying to do tonight.
I'm going to tell you, him being a product of the Cooper Junior High middle school system, it's not got to be easy for him to live in this town.
Up for grabs, a shot at the PPW Golden State title, June 4th at Piledriver Pro Wrestling Fallout. You're going to want to be there. One of these guys is going to be there going for the, probably competing in the biggest match of their careers.
I got to lay my money on Plinko. I'm going to tell you right now, I would bid highest on him, Rodham.
Back to the action right now. You see Tapout Kid kind of going toe-to-toe with Johnny Plinko. They're taking turns, releasing each other's maneuvers.
You know, headlocks and wristwatches are fine, but I'm going to tell you, when it comes down to it, we're going to see enough eye gouging and boot stomping, I bet, in this match to make a grown man cry, Rodham.
Tapout Kid, again, wanting to play that ground and pound game, wanting to get Johnny Plinko onto the mat. And then, of course, if you're Johnny Plinko, you don't want to, you want to stay off that. You want to get Tapout Kid onto his feet.
The one thing I will say about Johnny Plinko is his ability to adapt. Right now, you're seeing him take the ground and pound game to the Tapout Kid, which I think may be throwing the Tapout Kid off of his game. And here's hoping, because really, Johnny Plinko is the guy who deserves the shot in this match.
Again, only one of these guys will be named the #1 contender for the Golden State title, and it'll be interesting to see, JLH, if Wise Guy, the acting commissioner tonight at PPW Justice, has anything to do with this match. As Johnny Plinko hits the referee, it looks like he's going to be disqualified.
What's going on here? Did the referee really just call for the bell?
Boy, just minutes into the action, the referee has already called for the bell. And now he's pointing at both wrestlers. Is this a double DQ? You notice the referee was in the way, and it appears as if tap out kick. Now here comes Wise Guy.
This is a mess.
Wonder what Wise Guy's going to say here. Obviously the fans disappointed, and we need a #1 contender for the Golden State title June 4th at Fallout.
And now it looks like they're going to restart this match after an errant call by an erroneous official. This guy is way too sensitive about getting chopped to the chin, Rodham.
I know, JLH, you didn't agree with the Wise Guy's commissionary decisions during our opening match, but what do you think about him restarting this match?
I don't agree with the Wise Guy on anything, let alone the way we each breathe the same air, Rodham. And I'm going to tell you right now, his decisions here tonight are questionable at best.
Back and forth match so far between the Tapout Kid and Johnny Plinko as action resumes. Now it looks like Tapout Kid is gaining some momentum, and boy, that's a great snap suplex. Unfortunately for the Fresno fans, Johnny Plinko able to kick out.
Yeah, it's too bad for the Tapout Kid that the Wise Guy's not out here making a fast count on his behalf too.
Now Johnny Plinko whipping Wise Guy, or whipping
beautiful
Tapout Kid in the ropes. A big clothesline. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Plinko puts every move in. Every move he puts out there is meant with meaning. That's the great thing about his style. Like I said, he is a little too catering to the fans at times, but he knows how to get down to business.
Versatile wrestler, been up and down the West Coast. Really knows a thing or two about not just high-flying maneuvers, but you know, he's surprisingly powerful.
And he's easily seen at night.
He has the lime green tights on. He'd be hard to miss. Here comes the Tapout Kid. Oh! With an inverted atomic drop, and let me tell you, he's going to be walking funny for the rest of the match, Johnny Plinko.
These PPW fans are seeing some action that they will not see anywhere else, anywhere close to this place.
Move like that, I'll have you singing soprano. As the Tapout Kid moves in for the pin.
Soprano.
Johnny Plinko kicks out. Oh, and a small package roll-up from Johnny Plinko. 1, 2, oh!
Oh, that looked like a slow count to me. This official needs to go back to referee school. I think he forgot his phone. He missed a great call.
And Tapout Kid gets right back up with a devastating clothesline. Now he's going for the pin. 1, 2, and 3.
Tough as nails, I tell you.
No, he kicked out. Johnny Plinko kicked out.
The referee is, I just got to tell you, something needs to be done here about these referees, these officials in this business, Rodham. PPW really needs to school these guys on how to referee a match.
Boy, and here's a great maneuver. Johnny Plinko going for the double suplex, and now a backdrop. Oh, could this be it?
That was a beautiful, beautiful fallback Samoan backdrop, and I'm going to tell you right now, Plinko is on the money.
Could Johnny Plinko be the #1 contender for the Golden State title? Count 1, 2, oh, and the Tapout Kid just refuses to give up.
This referee is always a hair off hitting 3, and I'm going to tell you, he's a major factor in this match already. I think that knock to the chin earlier really knocked him for a loop.
Oh, and Johnny Plinko went for it all in the corner, a big flying drop kick, but no one was home. Here comes the Tapout Kid. Wow, and that's a devastating DDT. Moves in for the cover. 1, 2, oh! Plinko kicks out.
A normal man would not have been able to kick out of that move, Rodham.
A normal man would be barely conscious after a DDT like that, if they were conscious at all, JLH.
Oh, I got to agree with you there on that one for sure, and I don't agree with you on much.
Another tremendous counter move by Johnny Plinko, countering the body slam attempt by the Tapout Kid. And now is he going to climb the top rope?
Tapout Kid slow to get up. I don't think he's felt impact like this since getting beat up over in the south side of Fresno in 1997.
Wonder what Johnny Plinko has in store now. He's getting the crowd riled up, but he misses Tapout Kid.
Big comeback by the Tapout Kid here, Rodham, as we jump ahead a few minutes into the action. I'm going to tell you right now, Plinko gave him all he got, and the Tapout Kid still kicked out of 2 pin attempts, and he's now going for his own.
2, oh, and the foot's on the rope, and just when you think,
presence of mind.
Just when you think one of these guys is going to put the other away, they just refuse to quit. What a match, Johnny Plinko.
And like I said earlier, Plinko keeping it close to the ropes against this ground and pound attack of the Tapout Kid. It's a key to victory.
Of course, Tapout Kid, the Fresno street fighter, wanting to turn this into a war. And this has been a back and forth match, the type of action you only get here. Highest flying wrestling circuit in the West Coast.
Anywhere in the world at this point, Rodham. I haven't seen action like this since Nam in '68, and I wasn't even there.
Tapout Kid now taking the action he outside. Savage over to break up the countdown, or the count-out count. And now he's really taking it to Johnny Plinko.
It's this kind of action right here that you need to establish against these high-flying pansy pretty boys. Right here on the ground, outside of the ring, knocking him for a loop and showing him who's boss.
Of course, both these wrestlers tough as nails. Tapout Kid may be underestimating the toughness of Johnny Plinko, and it's easy to do that. He's got the lime green trunks, coming from Burbank, sells himself as a Hollywood movie star. Tapout Kid from the streets of Fresno, and wow, there's a move by Johnny Plinko.
I'm going to tell you right now, man, Plinko is giving no quarter and Tapout is not giving an inch. These two guys are the immovable force meeting the irresistible object. Something's got to give.
I tell you what, after that, #1 contender for the Golden State title. And out come the chairs.
Oh! We got some hand issues here, folks.
There's the concerto, and now double clothesline. And again, the back and forth seesaw action continues. Johnny Plinko, Tapout Kid saying, anything you can do, I can do better.
And on top of that, Rodham, just want to let everybody know who says that wrestling isn't real. Look, no mats, Ma.
You should see these guys really selling out. The crowd is loving this. Wait a second, they're calling it a count out, and here comes the wise guy again. Is this a double count out? What is wise guy saying here, JLH?
What he's saying is a waste of time because everything he's doing is against conventional wisdom at this point, Rodham.
Well, they will fight until there's a winner, and this has become a battle of attrition. The referee trying to stop it both times. First we had a double disqualification, then a double countout, and in both instances, acting commissioner Wise Guy coming in and saying, no, these fans want a winner.
This has had more false finishes than the movie Face Off.
Now, Johnny Plinko hoping to really outlast the Tapout Kid, going up to the second rope.
Unbelievable pinpoint elbow drop done a la our hero. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man. Ooh.
Shades of the Macho Man Randy Savage as Johnny Plinko came off the second rope, but now you can see some of this punishment that the Tapout Kid has inflicted on him, taking his toll. He could have gone for the 3 count there, but instead, both of these warriors are in a world of hurt.
Well, again, that's the part of pandering to the fans gets you. It softens you up like a bologna and cheese sandwich left out for a day or two.
Looks like Johnny Plinko is coming up a little lame with his foot now. Tapout Kid going to take full advantage of the wound wheel from Johnny Plinko. Probably trying to just wear him down into submission here, JLH.
This is not what Plinko needs, wants, or has to have happen at this point. Look at this. He is just getting destroyed on that left leg, Rick.
Now, I know, JLH, you've been in a fight or two. Have you ever had your knee burst in like that? Can you describe the pain and really how it would affect Johnny Plinko's ability to continue?
I will say this. The fights I've had with my wife have not pretty much looked like this. They've actually been worse, and I'll tell you, when she pulls my left leg out of socket like that, it doesn't feel good.
Tapout Kid going for the submission here, but Johnny Plinko, there's no quitting him. Flamboyant though he may be, he's tough as nails, and on one good leg, stands up, weaks Tapout Kid into the ropes, and hits him with a devastating elbow.
Plinko reminded me a lot of that one contestant that doesn't get called till the very end of The Price is Right.
It's a showcase showdown, folks. A winner going on to fight for the Golden State title June 4th at PPW Fallout. Is it going to be Johnny Plinko? Is it going to be Tapout? One thing's for sure, this match has been a war from the beginning.
I got to tell you, not only has this match been a war, but the puns have been amazing, Rodham.
Tapout Kid now going for another tap out as he has the wounded the hobbled Johnny Plinko down on the mat again. Looks like he's going for some sort of sharpshooter, JLH, but Johnny Plinko keeps fighting back.
It looked like he was definitely going for a modified version of the sharpshooter, perhaps a Texas cloverleaf. I'm not really sure, but he didn't get it done because Plinko fought back with a vengeance.
Suplex, and now 1, 2, 3.
It looked to me like Plinko got that shoulder up, Rodham.
Johnny Plinko appears to have pinned the Tapout Kid.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh my. No.
Oh, and here comes Wise Guy again. They've actually called it a double pinfall, and for the 3rd time in this match, a PPW official has declared this match a no contest.
Yeah, and notice what PPW official that was. It was the Wise Guy. Can you smell conspiracy, Rodham?
Here comes Commissioner Wise Guy in to say, listen, there's got to be a winner in this match.
Yeah, it sounds to me like he's picking and choosing favorites as usual. Just think about the poor guy named LJ Summers in the back, wishing he had been so screwed over in the last match.
I tell you, some people, Wise Guy's doing here, that's the fans. PPW Justice tonight. Definitely getting their money's worth as this war continues. Can these guys survive? It's not about winning at this point, JLH. It's about outlasting your opponent.
Well, as long as the fans realize that both of these guys are giving 100% for them, then I guess I'm okay with whatever the outcome is.
It's been a slugfest. It's been a battle of attrition. You can see the fans giving it to both Johnny Plinko and the Tapout kid. You can see them shaking hands.
So wait a minute, Rodham, we have a double victor here?
Evidently, both Tapout Kid and Johnny Plinko are declared winners, and I can only assume that means they'll both wrestle for the Golden State title June 4th at PPW Fallout.
Sounds good to me.
Coming up next, fight fans, the Fatal 4-Way. Winner gets a shot at the champion, Funny Bone. Stick around. Piledriver Pro Wrestling continues.